Build creative confidence. Beat the inspiration addiction. Join the Writer's Gym. Because I am recording this a tad earlier than you will hear it, as for the YouTube watchers among us, will be evident by the tinsel and the Hanukkah, because multiculturalism, I am considering New Year's resolutions, and the conversation that we had in the Writer's Gym Voxer group, messaging group earlier yesterday. We normally celebrate what we've achieved, done, thought, boundaries made or held, decisions made from an authentic perspective rather than a what do people think of me perspective, whatever personal and professional growth and whatever choices are in the air for people, it's absolutely all relevant, because whatever is going on in our writing is affected by what is going on in our lives. And the more in control, as in the more we see the choices available to us in one area, the more that spreads out to another. So because this is our last week of term, if you like, instead of it be about the week, I invited people to reflect on the year. And I started with me, because if you're going to ask somebody else to do something, it's a good idea to be okay with doing that. And these aren't resolutions as in I'm resolving to do a specific thing. They're thoughts that have brought me closer, narrowed the gap between where I feel like I am in my head and my life and where I want to be. So I said, the first one for me, acknowledging what I've done this year and what I want to take forward, celebrating that, saying the thing, naming fears so I can deal with the thing and not what I might have thought the thing said about me, recognizing the fact in the world as distinct from the feelings around it, so that I can make my choice based on what's really going on rather than my fears of what's going on, working out what I want. Becoming closer to people in my personal life and more efficient and open in my professional life as a direct result of knowing saying the thing is the way to do all of that. So that's the first one I want to take forward. The second one, title of the book I'm working on at the moment, is Thinking on the Page, allowing myself freedom from the perfect, or even the really, really good, in my eyes, version of what I let out of my head and onto the page, in order that something good enough can enter the world, where it can do the good it's meant for, and not be held back by the ghost of the perfect. Seeking to understand before seeking to be understood. Einstein's, not mine, via my physiotherapist, Neil. And that's been with me through a lot of things. And right now for me, it's about allowing myself freedom from needing people generally to validate me, to say, isn't she doing well? Or yes, I agree with her, in order for me to know that I agree with me, that I feel that what I'm doing is right for me or right for the world, whatever it happens to be, and moving towards requesting more specific feedback. Not a general, is it okay, am I okay? But who do I want to speak to about this? Whose opinion for what reason is relevant to this? So moving towards requesting specific feedback on specific things from specific people. Just like writing, when we move from the general to the specific, the truth is in there, it becomes the universal. We reach it. Knowing, in seeking to understand before seeking to be understood, confidence comes not from the validation of others, but from clarity of who I am and what matters to me. Trusting in the people I've chosen to help me and giving them every opportunity to do so. There's one for the micromanagers. There's one for my definition of help is to do everything I can for everybody I can. Leaning back a little, giving them the opportunity to do what I have asked them to do or what they can do, giving them clear feedback and getting it in return. Taking ownership of how I choose where my time goes and basing those decisions on my values and my energy. Again, not on the perfect or even the very good, or even, depending on where you are in your relationship with your own time, the vaguely acceptable. But instead, on the reality, what are my values and what is my energy, and how do I invest in the world around me by a bit of wise delegation. Choosing vulnerability so I could reach out in new directions. Ask instead of invulnerability. where I might have not asked, have kept my own control, but my curiosity wouldn't have been part of the journey. Choosing vulnerability means I made and am making new connections and forging new paths, which I thought I couldn't do because in my old days, it was about politely waiting for somebody else to recognise something that if it's in my head, how's it going to be recognised because no one can see it? Saying an authentic no or an authentic goodbye when something isn't right, and an authentic yes and an authentic thank you when it is. I won't say Happy New Year because it's not that for when you're listening, but I will say always and always Happy New Day because each one can be an ending of something, and each one can be a beginning of something when we say so. You've visited the Writer's Gym with author and coach Dr. Rachel Knightley. Production and sound design are by Ashley Lexine, and theme music is by Chris Gregory. To join a Writer's Gym workout online or in London as a guest or as a member, visit writersgym.com or email thewritersgym@rachelknightley.com.